Hi there, Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. I teach vintage and antique lovers how to create successful antique businesses. One of the ways I do that is through these videos. And today is a special video where I'm going to describe and explain the differences between English ironstone, American ironstone, and restaurantware. It can be very confusing for antique sellers, and so I think it's important for us to talk about those differences so that we can price and describe our vintage and antiques properly. So let's take a look first at a piece of English ironstone. Here is a really beautiful ironstone pitcher, great scrolling decoration and leaf decoration there. This piece was made by Matic & Co. It's got a nice early mark there somewhere, probably 1860 to 1870. And it's not in perfect condition. This piece has a hairline there on the side. It also has some crazing on this side. In any event, what you're looking for in English ironstone, first of all, is a mark. Most English ironstone is marked. You're also looking for weight. It tends to be quite heavy. It's actually earthenware pottery, often described as stoneware because it's so heavy. It has a really nice glossy glaze, and it has a bluish or a grayish sort of undertone to the white. So let's take a look at a piece of American ironstone, probably a toothbrush holder, and it's marked Homer Laughlin on the bottom. This is an early piece of Homer Laughlin, probably right around 1910s, 1920s. So America imported almost all of its ironstone in the mid 1800s from England. Americans loved the white pottery. In England, you would have found decorated ironstone. It would have had blue and white decoration or multicolor decoration. Later in the 1800s, like around the 1880s, 1890s, American potteries figured out how to make a product that was very similar. This is it. And what we see with American ironstone is it tends to be lighter, tends to be thinner, feels less like stoneware and more like the earthenware that it is. And often it is unmarked. Now this piece isn't, like I said, it's Homer Laughlin. And American ironstone tends to be creamier than English ironstone, creamier in color. So I hope you can see that. So this piece has like a grayish undertone, and then the American is a little bit creamier. Here's another example of what I would say is American ironstone, and you see how definitely that piece is much creamier. It is not marked. So when I see a piece of ironstone that's not marked, I almost immediately think that it's American. I look for other attributes like the creamier color, the lighter weight. This piece actually is a little bit heavier than typical American ironstone. It's got some nice decoration there. Now, just to throw you off completely, I'm going to show you this little dish. So this is a dish by Meakin, Alfred Meakin, an English, very well-known English pottery that made a lot of ironstone, and you can see how creamy that piece looks. Now, fortunately, it's marked, so we know that it's English ironstone. It just doesn't have that particular characteristic of the blue or gray undertone. It also is quite light. So this is maybe a little bit of a later piece. It's definitely later than the pitcher. And so then we transition. So first we have English ironstone in the 1850s all the way up to the early 1900s, and actually England is still making some ironstone. It's properly marked. It has the more modern pieces have a more modern mark on them. But in the later 1800s, maybe 1880 to 1890, American potteries began to make their version of ironstone. Sometimes it's marked, sometimes it's not. The earlier American pieces often have what looks like an English mark. So a lot of the early English marks had that very recognizable a lion and a unicorn, or two lions, and it's marked ironstone quite often. So the American potteries copied, or they made a similar mark, because they knew that people were accustomed to English ironstone, that they loved English ironstone, and so they were kind of trying to be a little bit deceptive. So then in the very late 1800s into the early 1900s, a lot of the companies that were making that English style ironstone transitioned into what we now know and call restaurantware. And it's a very different formulation developed by, some say, the Hall pottery, where the pieces are heavy like early ironstone. They're very glossy. They're almost impossible to break or chip. And I personally love them. Here is a piece made by the Syracuse, what became the Syracuse China Company. At this point, it was called the OPCO, which stands for Onondaga Pottery Company. There's the mark. So this is preceding its transition to Syracuse China Pottery. And it's, like I said, it's heavy, it's glossy. It does tend to be whiter than some of the early American ironstone. And it is often decorated, like this piece, very simple decoration on the inside, and then again on the outside, beautiful curvy shape, but probably dates to the 1930s or the 1940s. So it's not as old as the English ironstone piece, obviously, that I just showed you, but still beautiful in its own right. Here is another piece. This one is marked United States Army. So restaurantware was made for institutions and railroads and airlines and restaurants. So this is an example of a piece for the Army, and it's marked on the bottom. This mark is really blurry. It's sterling, which was an Ohio pottery. Nice and heavy, a little bit creamier in color than the bowl. Restaurantware, fortunately, tends to be fairly regularly marked, and so that's very helpful, isn't it? So the last piece I want to show you is a new piece that might possibly fool some people. Got a beautiful oak leaf and acorn decoration. I think it's stunning. It's very heavy, like you would expect ironstone to be. It's in perfect condition, so that's sort of a giveaway. Early ironstone usually has some sort of flaw. And fortunately, this piece is marked on the bottom. It's marked MSE, microwave and dishwasher safe china. I just wanted to show you something that could possibly fool someone. I love it like this. I think it would make a great utensil holder. To me, the lid sort of gives away, like this lid shape and this lid finial gives away that it's a newer piece. It would be a nice flour, sugar canister, but like I said, I like it for utensils. That's what a newer piece looks like, that some might think is ironstone, but isn't. So I hope this video's helped you to see and learn the differences between the English ironstone, American ironstone, and restaurantware. Thanks for joining me today, and as always, happy hunting.